Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. Let's take a look at the Q2 2021 highlights for Dish. We're going to take a look at their financials, how they did on some of their numbers in terms of the wireless, as well as pay TV subscriptions. And we'll look at their revenue, and we'll kind of talk about the direction they're going to be heading in the future as a wireless mobile network operator. All right, so for total revenue as the company stands, $4.5 billion quarter for them. It was $3.19 billion Q2 2020. So we do have a nice little boost there year over year. The net income at $671 million. That is up year over year compared to 1 year ago. They're at $452 million. That's good. Some of the highlights from what exactly has happened this year thus far, and kind of like what was done, in the quarter. The acquisition of Republic Wireless, that gave them a net add of 200,000 subs. Not really technically organic growth, but they did have that acquisition. They did lose 201,000 subscribers on Boost Mobile, so that continues to be an issue. Their ARPU, average revenue per user, at $39.10. A little bit lower than their competition, much lower than AT&T and Verizon, lower than T-Mobile as well. Their churn rate, albeit a prepaid churn because they don't operate postpaid retail just yet, technically, was at 4.32%. That very typical for prepaid, but interestingly enough, a lot of the carriers were reporting really low prepaid churn. Like I think T-Mobile and AT&T were both under 3%. So you could see how things are a little bit harder at Boost Mobile and with Dish. So kind of high in my opinion, although be it prepaid. Now Boost Mobile has under 9 million subs, so that's official. Losses pretty much every quarter that Dish has owned and operated Boost. That business had a beat by $1.2 billion, operating income a beat by $116 million. I think up till this point, the most recent estimates is that Boost Mobile has already lost 362,000 thus far through the first half of the year. Earnings per share was a beat, I think at, was it like 24%? The revenue was a beat as well by 1.34%. They've got $4.5 billion cash on hand. All the numbers in terms of profitability and revenue are up. So for anybody who's out there, on the market side of things, looking at investing, a lot of these metrics were good. So moving forward, how is Dish going to generate revenue? I think in the midterm, they're going to be looking at building out their network, obviously, and becoming a facilities-based carrier. But in the meantime, I think that AT&T spectrum lease potential, and who knows what else they could do there. They own a lot of spectrum, and they're not technically operating it just yet, so they should probably be looking into that, and they probably are. Charlie Ergen spoke to this directly, as well as about 12 gigahertz as having incredible potential for them. 12 gigahertz is kind of a wild card at this point. It's operated in the satellite situation, so those incumbents, including SpaceX and Starlink, they're probably not going to want to see that going to cellular. We'll see how that plays out. We'll be tracking that. In terms of the pay TV side, net losses minus 67,000. I think a year ago, so year over year, they lost 96,000. So less bad, if that's a thing. They are now under 11 million pay TV subscribers for for Dish TV. They're at 8.5 million, 2.4 million on the Sling side. Their TV services are basically a dying business. There hasn't been growth for a long time. So pretty much the focus now will be wireless. And they're not really growing there just yet, unless you count their acquisitions. But the Boost losses are still very high, and they're not as profitable as their competitors. In fact, services revenues are up, but they're not really competing with Metro and Cricket and those that are within the same sector. Hopefully this changes. I think with the new service agreement with AT&T, there's the potential for that, phone upgrades and such. I'm expecting some kind of a market launch for Project Genesis in certain situations and places. So like Vegas becoming the first market and some other NFL-based markets. We'll see how that plays out. Some other things to keep in mind. Remember, Dish is in cahoots with Amazon. Amazon did heavily prepare Dish even before the T-Mobile and Sprint merger was even approved. So basically, they're kind of ahead of the ball in a couple of respects, and that Amazon partnership is huge. Amazon is and was the first Dish customer and will probably be the largest Dish customer. I can't think of anything bigger. And then I think also, Dish is the largest Amazon cloud customer for how they're going to be operating their network. And all of us kind of knew about all of this, going into 2021. So those are all the highlights from the earnings, and those are some of the metrics. Again, we're not really reporting traditional wireless mobile network operator just yet. We'll be doing that once they kind of get Project Genesis going and it starts to catch some traction. But I did want to report on it because they are on the radar, and we are hoping to hear more and see more out of Dish as we move forward. And we are expecting a lot of noise here in the back half of this year and then moving into 2022, as they do have a lot of landmarks that they have to hit, a lot of checkpoints with the FCC as they deploy their spectrum and build out their wireless network. What say you? Sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the Dish quarter, the pay TV, the wireless, the things that are happening. We just dropped the video on the situation with T-Mobile, and that's become such a huge mess and lots of litigation and DOJ involvement there. But go ahead and drop me a line. Let me know what you think. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Go ahead and let's hashtag Dish. If you're a real one and you watch this all the way through, hashtag Dish. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you all in the next video. Peace. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.